contract for it. Which to me, if it was my business, I think I would get someone, because if we get someone, yes, this year, we keep them busy quite a bit, but in other years, when it doesn't rain for 9 months at a time,
We're supposed to have that sprinkler system going at that time, so we should still have grass to mow.
so there's not a sprinkler system on the whole thing, is there?
There's a sprinkler
Just a
system
portion.
in every bit of it except section E. That's the new section. Where
So,
you're paying
and
your
still,
money.
these are questions that we need to kind of talk about. It's not whether or not where the money's at, it's just,
Yes, we were wondering, whenever we turned it over to the city, we had $160,000 at Waddell and Reed, and I know that. I don't know where our money is.
There's still an account for the cemetery.
Can you give an update? I'm sure
I
on him.
don't have that number right now. I know the council knows the numbers.
Can we get that on the
I
agenda?
sent
it don't necessarily have to be on the agenda, but all you have to do is just come and ask, and they will give it
I
to
do
you.
email them.
I'm sorry?
I do email them.
Okay.
I want that.
It's just like everything else, there's a form you just fill out, and they have however long to get it, but all of that is public record. We can, anything that we have.
We've already addressed, this is the second time the cemetery has been addressed. So I think it's time for a solution. Period.
Well, I think you can see that we're trying, because in the last,
Okay, go ahead.
in the last meeting, you brought it up. So what we asked him to do was get someone out there to cut, and he did.
And you did.
And now it's on the agenda, because we're trying to do it. In the last meeting, it was not on the agenda. We couldn't vote on anything like to long-term, so we needed to get it on the agenda, so
His city manager doesn't have the authority to send someone out there to mow.
he did. That's what he did.
Well, he hired someone.
Yes.
Yes, but I mean, so now it needs it again. He can't do that again?
they were out there today.
That was city employees.
They were out there
today.
Wednesday of last week.
Yes, city employees, yes.
City employees, not an outside.
That is what it's on the agenda for these guys to say, hire an outside person, or pay $50,000 a year, and
To an employee, and only, he just upkeeps the cemetery for the week.
My mother's there. My mother is in that cemetery.
Steven, how much did it cost to hire their last giver for that week that they were here for the secretary? Do you remember that?
I can tell you, I've gotten multiple quotes, it's right around anywhere from about $900 to $1,000 each time it's mowed, if it's outsourced.
we need it also.
Yes.
And
And,
flowers
That's cheaper to go if you look at $1,000 twice a
Local
month.
companies
It'll be
do
better
that.
it wouldn't
kept up
be
for
twice
less
a
than
month,
$25.
because like right now, we're having to mow every 3 to 4 days.
It'll
So,
go months without having to do it.
so there again, a lot of the times are 2 times a month for the months in the winter time, of course. But then I think it's March, April, May, June, July, and maybe August, I think it was. A lot of them were recommending 3 to 4 times a month in that. And it would be in a contract, so, we're kind of tied in, whoever would go with it. Now, if we want to go that route, that's up to y'all. If y'all want to put an existing person out there full-time during the months that they're recommending a mowing every month, then that's fine too.
All right. Any questions? It's on the agenda, we can we'll decide one way or another, or you want to.
It is slow, and if they're certified and other things, they can potentially use them somewhere else. I mean, that's the.
Well, I think that's the problem, that, if they can be somewhere else and they're moved somewhere else, then they're not.
And that's what
I
it's
think that's what they're asking for. I mean, we can do whatever y'all say, but,
I mean, if you do it, if you hire someone for once a week, or say that's 4 times a month, for 12 months, that's
How many, workers does the city have that's strictly mowing?
We don't have anybody that just strictly mows really.
How many for responsibility to mow?
Sorry, I didn't hear you.
The responsibility of the city to mow, what does the city have to mow?
We have the cemetery,
Well,
the park. Well, I mean, it got mowed
Well,
today.
you gotta ask the question when he's supposed to mow, so right now, he's supposed to mow the cemetery, the city, the city building here, the parks, from the pond all the way
The
over there.
drainage,
Houses
ditches,
that are out
Yeah.
at work.
One second, please.
Brightsville, and the main park.
Okay.
Saul?
Yes, ma'am, I'm gonna go right here first, please.
And I'm not, I don't live in the city limits, like, I'm just thinking out loud. Could that person not just be a full-time cemetery maintenance person? Is it just a full-time lawnmower of all of the things in the city? Because someone's you're not gonna need to cut 4 times a month, right?
Yes.
And every single day you're out there, I think that you've got to stretch that a little more. Yes, they're at the cemetery on every Monday, unless it's a holiday or whatever, but, like, there's more job titles underneath than just cemetery lawn maintenance guy.
Yeah. So that's what we're discussing right now?
Yeah.
Yes, Ms. Thompson?
In regard to mowing, I remember the city used to mow around 87 by my house. I came to his office, I asked him, he said, well, that's Highway 87. I said, I'm very much aware of that. There's grass that was growing this high,
Yes.
and it's still growing, but it migrated into my yard, which is now, disaster. My yard's a disaster. But my thought is, I went over to TxDOT and I said, pull up. I showed them where I lived. It is the city's responsibility within the city limits to mow.
Yes, it is.
The roadway,
No.
So,
All
So
the
I
houses,
just
all-
sat down with TxDOT representatives and went over our contract that says we do not mow anything on their right of way. We do not do anything in their
it's
right.
an
So-
agreement,
and
Stockdale and
If you want
Livonia.
to put in an open records request, I can get you a copy of that agreement between the city and the Department of Transportation.
So we went through, I wanted to mow right in front of the dollar store, how it gets high right there in that ditch. I wanted to take my weed eater there and weed eat it myself, and I was told I couldn't I checked, because I wanted to do it myself. And unfortunately, I can't because TxDOT has to do it. And
I can't-
what we found out was if there's an inch of water, then they won't mow.
I came and talked to Banks about that same area, and he told me the same thing, that we couldn't do it. I said, why couldn't the city just take care of it? It's right there down in our downtown. And the TxDOT told us no. And we'll check into it again.
We have
I don't
to.
have any problem
So-
with that.
They used to.
That's
The
easy to
city used
do.
to.
We'll ask the city manager to check into it, and.
Don't ask him, he already said.
We'll see. I don't know if we want to volunteer to do more mowing, we can't keep up with what we got, but we'll definitely see. Yes, sir, Alex.
Well, it takes 3 years to get one mowed on 4th Street, and it's not halfway done. The backyard is nothing. It's a rodent, cat, everything. And they go over and look how it's mowed. Is that a mowing job? You pay, how much did you pay for that?
So we got that mowed, but there
Is it
again,
mowed? You think that's mowed? Look at my yard.
Okay, you
we
heard,
can
that's,
only do so much legally. There is some court orders going on with that property right now.
Well, the law says you put it on the bill to the taxpayer. That's where you are.
There's already $35,000 in back taxes on that property. Do you think we're gonna get anything from it?
That's-
okay, let's get back. Let's go back to where we're talking about.
So,
Not just that lot.
Steven,
Yes.
did you look at the numbers between the city employee doing it and putting it out to a third party, somebody else to stay on top of it, figure out which one's better, make decisions?
To tell you the truth, they're both about the same.
And that
The
gives,
only-
what would be a city employee?
The only difference is if you have a city employee on those months that you only need him there 3-4 days that month, we can be, there again mowing somewhere else or doing other work.
I wouldn't take it.
I wouldn't either.
Make this one. Let's do it. So that's my vote.
The other problem with that is what happens when it rains the way it does and one person can't keep up. We're gonna be in here in the same way.
They were gonna be paying $50,000 for that guy, and we're gonna pay.
If we're subbing it out to a company, if that looks high, we say, get it taken care of. And they need to bring enough guys out to take care of it. So there's a lot of,
I don't think they're gonna go for that.
How did we do it in the past?
We can ask. I think it's a good idea to ask.
see, and it would be, in my opinion, the way we stated, because there's gonna be a lot of months they don't have to do anything as far as mowing, I think. So I think we need to state in such a way that it needs to be cut whenever it needs to be cut, period.
And once if we decide to go with an outside source, I would get better numbers. I'm just saying the numbers that I've gotten so far are anywhere from about $900 to $1,000. You know, in negotiations of these contracts, you know, that's what we're trying to look for is somebody that's gonna do it for cheaper and give us better terms.
Will you take a bid?
Yes, but we have to make a decision if that's where we're going, but there will be.
There will be a bid process.
Yes.
Okay, there's a little strip beside Carmen's shop where I work that belongs to the city that never gets mowed.
So we're talking about the cemetery
Yes.
full time, is that
Yes,
correct?
Yes.
All right.
but, okay, they were
What do we
talking
wanna do about the cemetery?
Jeff?
On average, it's 900, you gotta say. Yep. I say we outsource it because we try to hire somebody, if somebody doesn't wanna apply to cut grass, then we're sitting for another month. We could outsource it
Yeah.
tomorrow. Or if somebody quits, or if we have leaks, or we have other things, and they get pulled away, or it rains too much, and now we're back to, well, now those guys are helping over here, and we don't have somebody to cut, so let's just outsource it to somebody.
Let's see how much it costs. All right. We can't just let some emotions make us wait.
No, but after we get the pricing, I'm sure it's like the best person, but.
So you want me to, you want to read it as outsource it and get a list of bids to bring back to the council?
Get caught up, get some
In the meantime,
I think call someone tomorrow to do it and get it done as soon as possible.
I think most of
But
them,
take bids
I'm going to
in the
get
meantime.
hold of somebody tomorrow.
And if they need to come 2 or 3 times before our next meeting, just, let's get it done to where, you know.
And then by the next meeting, I'll have multiple bids. Remember, our next meeting is just 2 weeks away, so
Yeah.
it's not like we're going to go a long term before we make this decision.
All right, and at that time, we need to be able to, if those bids come in too high, then say, okay, if we wanna, everyone agrees to hire someone local in-house, we can still go that route.
Yeah, we'll bring it back on the, but I'll get the numbers right.
Now, could I say something else?
Yes, ma'am.
Cemetery. There needs to be somebody out there all the time, because it's not just mowing that needs to be taken care of. Cleaning off the graves and trimming the trees, there's a lot to be done for it to look good.
Are you talking about like cleaning, like the flowers that get old and die and stuff like that?
Since
So,
they have their funerals, get out there and clean it up, and level that grave out, and make it look nice. I know that. I didn't want to walk out there one day.
Just when they close,
yeah.
Yes, we get caught up in the numbers.
All right, I think I heard Ethan make a motion.
I make a motion that the city manager hires a third party, get the cemetery mowed, caught up on, present us with 3 bids by our next meeting in 2 weeks. We can look at what's more affordable to have full-time coverage for the cemetery.
So where do you list it to put bids? Put it on the city website?
So on
There's
this
not a
one, we'll probably put it
newspaper.
on the website and TML.
Okay.
And the newspaper.
yeah.
Well, we'll probably,
We're never aware of any jobs that are opening. We don't know what's going on.
all of our jobs
They're all
are
listed.
posted on TML.
But there, you can also put it in the Wilson County News.
What is TML?
Texas Municipal League.
So if we put in the newspaper, it's just gonna drag it out longer. How long will it take to get, how long does it take to get in the newspaper?
You can
About a
call
week?
it.
You can email
Today
it.
will be
next week.
That'd be great.
It'll be next week.
We'll say next week.
So,
You call it.
go ahead and put it in the Wilson County.
How many people here know what TML is?
Texas
I
Municipal
don't know
League.
what TML is.
TML is Texas Municipal League. They have a job search forum on there. It's not all they do.
I know what it is,
No.
but these people,
Well,
I don't look at that.
if you're working for a city or you want to work for a city, 99% of the people know that it's there. I
Yeah.
understand that, but there again, do we want to
Where
hire
would you
somebody
suggest
in
we post this?
Stockdale?
Where,
In the newspaper.
so let's wait a week and post it in the news. But you want it mowed yesterday.
In general.
How do we make you happy?
Now, you can make me happy by being more transparent.
We're,
That's how this is.
we're very transparent. The great thing about transparency is, like, if you're there to hear it, right, you understand it, but I'm glad that this room's filled. But for the last 2 years, this room has been filled like this about 3 times. So, but yet we have a meeting every month. And we take time out of our lives, right, to come here and do the best we can to make the best decisions for the city of Stockdale. As you said, you've lived here your whole life, I've lived here my whole life. For the most part, every one of us has. Jeff is kind of like Miss Burkett, where he wasn't born and raised here, but he got here as fast as he could, right? And this is a former Polk Pirate that bleeds purple, right? He's one of my best friends, and I'll say it all the time, like, it's gonna be on the news, and it makes me proud, right? Because he cares about our town. With that being said,
Well, we're gonna have.
we're here every month, and please, whenever there is issues, whenever there is things, come take part in this with us. Bring them to our attention, because you know, how do we know how to act if you're not here letting us know?
City doesn't have a
All right.
Because that's where we would be notified.
I don't think county does. They
Yeah.
don't, they take off their comments and they just post things and you can share jobs, you can share bids, you can share all kinds of
We'd
stuff.
have to hire someone else to do that too.
But your city posts on agency.
Yes.
In regards to that, they're saying about the Facebook, but they're asking about the Stockdale Marshal's office have a Facebook. If you have somebody that's in charge of both of those, or who can oversee that, and to solidify, put it in the newspaper for the people who read the newspaper. I personally don't read the newspaper, but I am in the newspaper, right?
Yeah.
Because I do have a small business. For those people who do read the newspaper, but also post it on social media for those who just do social media. The newspaper also posts on Facebook.
Yes, they do.
Yes, and then you're covering everybody. Who wants it in the newspaper? Fine, it's not that expensive. I run an ad in the newspaper. They call me every week. If I want to renew it, yes, renew it, done. For 4 weeks at a time.
What do you have to do to get this?
So, really quick,
We're going to find out. in a minute.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's not as
We
simple.
can wait till we get there. I was just saying, if we're gonna go and get the
Yeah,
workshop
let's
one, we
get past
can
this
get the
and
city
get to
one.
that, and then we'll go
Yeah.
over it.
I was just-
Under that
put-
topic, we'll go over
Well-
under
Put
that
it all
topic.
together.
Had a motion made by Ethan.
What do you want, Ethan?
Second by Henry. Did you get the motion?
I'll get it caught up in the meantime, and we'll take bids.
We have first, we have a second. Do I, all in favor? Motion passes. All right, next agenda item, discuss and possible action on appointing Kirsten Butterworth to the EDC board.
That's
Because
the
you're
topic.
starting
Do you have anything you'd like to say?
I believe, talking to JoJo that she wanted to, join the, EDC board. Currently, we are needing, I believe 4, maybe 5, individuals. But we have 4 on here tonight, and I believe, she would make a good addition.
Okay.
Yeah, as Ethan said, is there anything you would like to say about it?
I am an outsider, but I am building, if you wanna visit my residence, it is.
I don't think you have to be in the residence for.
Well, I just say,
You
I
don't-
am
you
from
don't.
here and I am about here.
But your kids go here.
My kids do go here, I did pay transfer fees for my kids to go here, that should say something of why I want to represent the city. I currently live in St. Hedwig and commute, but I moved to St. Hedwig for a small community and it is not that, because there are way bigger problems than this. But I want to keep this small, but also grow in the direction that is going to benefit everybody. I'm not here to commercialize it or do anything of that sort, but I do think that we need things to help us sustain ourselves.
I've got to have a few conversations with you about this, and that's the reason why I wanted to nominate her, because everything that she just said, I truly believe that, so I think she'll be a good addition to it.
All right, we have any other comments or questions?
Yeah, you see how these citizens feel about outsiders working for the city. Are you sure you still want to do it?
Yes, but my address, am I still an outsider if my address is Stockdale? My address is Stockdale, so.
We're not going to Stockdale, she attends Stockdale activities.
Sorry?
What happened to the EDC?
Oh,
I wasn't teaching this.
people decided to get off.
Why? Why?
So we're talking about voting in Ms. Butterworth, is that correct?
Yes.
I make a motion to vote in Ms. Butterworth.
I'll second it.
Second by Joe, those in favor? Motion passed unanimously. Next agenda item is discuss and possible action on appointing Angie Mojica on the EDC board.
So, currently, we do not have any city staff, on the board. It does recommend under the bylaws to have, a city staff and, a city, council member, which is on here also. Angie, resides inside the city of Stockdale, and I believe would make a good addition to the EDC board.
All right. Any other questions?
Can I please listen? Just as my outsider, miss, I'm sorry. but-
Do you have a question?
I just have a, I don't know, opinion, a comment of somebody who is going to be on the board now. I am all for a city council member and a city employee member being on that board, but I don't feel like somebody who is in charge of finances from the city to be on that. If you're gonna want for a application for somebody to do a bid, you're gonna want three bids to see which one is the best, right? Well, you don't want this person talking to this person, right? So you kind of, you don't disclose who's giving you a bid, right? I don't think that the city council and the EDC and the city should kind of commingle, even though we're going for the same thing. I think we need three independent opinions on what's going on, and I feel like if somebody who's in charge of the city finances is going to be in charge of the EDC, I think there's going to be so-called favoritism going on, and that's not what we're going to go.
She wouldn't be in charge of the finances from the standpoint of we ultimately decide.
Right, but she is listed as the finance director of the city, right? So I'm just saying, I just don't want it to be intermingled, and from what I've heard, I just feel like it would be a conflict of interest.
It won't. And the only reason I say this is because this is coming from the recommendation of the attorney. So,
Why, and I'm just asking why her versus anybody else that works for the city? Why not Mr. Garcia? I'm just, legitimately asking, I'm asking, why
as
not?
far as me, just me, I think she would be an asset. And I don't agree with more than half of the stuff that's being said, but that's just me, I'm one person.
And again, I'm still very new here, I'm still learning all of the ropes, but I'm just, from what I'm hearing, is it would probably, if somebody's gonna say it's a conflict.
Okay, thanks.
Do you mind if I speak?
Go, please.
So, the city secretary was working for the EDC for many months, filling the role for the administrator that the EDC was paid. So that's a lot of the reason why we think she's well qualified for it. She was doing something we were already paying somebody else to do. All right, that's a lot of reasons there's probably some change. So yes, that's why I
That was
don't.
part of the logic, because she was
City
really.
paid the EDC, city got their, EDC has their own money.
It just just magically appears.
I'm sorry.
I said this money just magically appears. It's a subcommittee of the city.
Okay, I believe that, but that's what I'm asking why, what happened to their money, the EDC's money?
No, I'm telling you, the EDC was having to pay her as well as an administrator.
The administrator wasn't filling her position, so they were having to pay somebody else.
They were paying, yes.
They were double paying.
Yes.
Okay, so we're
Yes.
paying the administrator.
And also our city secretary, double paying for the same job.
And also we're paying insurance, right?
I got you, I'll call you in just a minute.
I understand, I did that. And that's paying some money on the insurance.
And our last, city secretary was part of the EDC as well. It's been.
Before her.
So,
We paid.
Has the administrative position been filled or even, again, if I'm stepping on this, I apologize, but I just didn't know if it's been like officially put out or anybody applied for it.
the director,
I'm in
Can't.
speak for my, sorry.
But does she have the title also of assistant city manager?
no.
Because that was listed on city manager.
She's, city secretary, court clerk, or
But it
court
was listed
administrator.
on TNO, it was, I thought.
Okay.
Yes,
That was our
yes,
old.
yes, sir, you got a question?
Yeah, is there a necessity to have a distinctive degree of separation in between the city secretary and the EDC representative? If there's not, then there shouldn't be a problem, right?
There's not, it's very common actually.
Okay, so there shouldn't be an issue since there's not a necessary degree of separation.
I think for as long as, I can't go back too far, but I know that our previous city secretary took care of all the finances, was a part of the EDC. And y'all paid her to do that.
We
Yes,
contracted
exactly.
Tanya. We
Exactly.
paid.
Exactly.
And it also.
So there's no separation.
It
Is there
just
no
is
separation?
informed of what we
Thank you for the
did.
question.
And we never was questioned on the amount of money we spent. We spent $45,000 for one metal building, which made us $750,000, and we can't even get 500 or 1,000 for the amount.
Okay. I'm sorry, I thought I saw a hand over here somewhere.
No, I'm sorry.
Okay. All right, we have a recommendation. Any other comments or questions? If not, I will entertain a motion.
No, I make a motion to approve Major Mohican's position.
All right, motion made by Ethan, here a second. Second by Saul, all those in favor? Motion passes